The following presentation I will be presenting to you today is plastic pollution in the oceans and how it's affecting our wildlife and oceans today. I will then give you some quick tips on how to resolve this problem and how to better our environment and save our wildlife. What does pollution look like in the ocean? The following three pictures to the side I have chose because it shows what is going on in our oceans today and what our wildlife is consuming. The first picture shows plastic straws, plastic bags, plastic bottles, and plastic bottle caps that end up on our ocean and our wildlife end up consuming. And not only do they consume it, it stays in the ocean and does not become biodegradable. It takes years and years for something to biodegrade. The second picture is wildlife who is caught up in some fishing net and will soon later die because he is unable to untangle himself from that fishing net. The third picture is shown from pollution caused by plastic bags, plastic bottles, straws, and everything ending up in our ocean. If we do not stop consuming all this plastic, our oceans will only be filled with all of this filth and instead of seeing blue water. Not only is plastic bad for our environment, it is killing our animal wildlife. There's an increased rate of death by the year 2050 to hit 99% if we do not stop consuming all this plastic and ending up in our oceans. All animals in the ocean are consuming plastic. There has been data collected from animals ending up on shore, and they have been cut open to find vast amounts of plastic inside their stomachs, such as whales. Many whales have rushed upon shore and they have died because of plastic inside their stomachs. Whales do take in vast amounts of food, such as krill, and instead they are taking in vast amounts of plastic. All animals mistake this food for being real food and instead it being plastic. They ingest vast amounts of it and in the end up dying because their body does not digest it. Their body is not made to digest plastic. Therefore, it causes them to die. And not only will our oceans be filled with plastic, it will be filled with the death of many animals due to not being able to survive. There is an increase of plastic bottles up to 20 billion. That is only set to increase over the years if we do not stop consuming all this plastic and if we do not find a solution. There is a rapid increase of pollution following a 60-year data. Plastic pollution is not decreasing anytime soon. With all this plastic we are consuming, it is only making the situation worse. There are 6.5 million nautical miles of plastic that make up the ocean, and that is only set to increase by the year 2050. There's supposed to be a 15% increase of greenhouse gases to produce all this plastic that we are consuming. We have to find alternatives to stop this plastic epidemic. There's 4.8 to 12.7 million pieces of plastic that were recorded in the year 2010. In the year 2050, they're set to be 5 times that. Now, if you think about that, our oceans would just be covered in all this filth, and you won't even be able to see the ocean. You will just see vast amounts of trash, plastic just covering the oceans, and we won't even be able to see the wildlife, or wildlife won't even exist after that. Now, talking about this epidemic, there is many solutions to stop this plastic pollution in our environment and to save our wildlife. Many endangered species have already been on the list, such as turtles, such as polar bears, such as many animals like coral. Coral has already died, and it shows no sign of being able to become back alive again. Our oceans used to be nice and beautiful, and now they are just covered in this filth. There are many solutions to this plastic pollution. Recycle. If you think about it, you go to the store and you buy plastic bottles. Think of them as ending up in our ocean. All those plastic bottles you consume will end up in our ocean. So therefore, you want to recycle. Buy a recycling bin. Go to your local recycling store and recycle all the plastic that you use. Use organic materials. Use alternatives. Use biodegradable things such as spoons, anything that has a faster biodegradable method than using plastic. Use alternatives, like I was saying, use organic